All right, guys, we got kind of a quick one for you here today. We're on the Tony Tanner roof. We have brought out Tamco Heritage Weatherwood, the available version, to take a look at possibly swapping these turbine vents out here as they are covered on the scope. However, I went ahead and done the chalk so you can see we've got a couple shingles here with nails through them. So, you know, this roof's really old and brittle. It's lost all of its pliability. That's something's ability to bend without breaking. So they're gonna be real crispy. And with the nails having been driven through them, when we pull those out, you're gonna have holes in that shingle. There's no guarantee that that aggregate material is gonna be able to be used again. And then also, so we started on this one because it's not quite as bad, but it's still present. You're gonna see really bad on the other one over there. But we've got silicone here on these nail heads. So, you know, as we go to try to separate these shingles, I can feel the Wonder Bar bouncing. And the reason that it's bouncing back like a rubber band is because there is sticky silicone in between the shingle and the vent. Now, you know, I can try to pry and work on that silicone there, but it's gonna rip. I mean, you can see it. It's a glue. It's a permanent material, so it's gonna rip a portion of the shingle off the back. It's gonna stay here, and then, you know, again, we've got the shingles. They have been sealed to the vent under here. So as we go to try to take those shingles off, here again, so you can see the Wonder Bar kind of bouncing, and it's already creasing here. We've just got silicone underneath there, and then again, silicone is permanent. It's not a semi-permanent or temporary material. So with it being permanent, when we go to pull those shingles off, it's gonna rip the back of the shingle off. And then we've kind of shown you here how, at the very least, we really probably would need to manipulate a few more around the top and bottom, especially under here. But at the very least, on this turbine, we would need 6 shingles to swap it out. So we'll go ahead over here and take a peek at the turbine that's in worse shape. So this turbine behind us probably has similar amounts of silicone, but it's just not available to be seen. However, we can clearly see the silicone on the left and right of the other vent. So at this vent, we've got nails here at the bottom. So we're nailed straight through this shingle. And we've even got some holes here void of nails, meaning that they may have fallen out in the past. It's possible they weren't nailed through, but they may have fallen out in the past. So now we've got a hole here, and the Tanners are leaking on the rear. That's where most of their interior damage is. So on this one here, you can see a substantial amount of silicone here at the bottom. And if you want to come around the top here, I mean, there's no conversation to be had about this silicone here sealing those shingles down. Everybody knows that silicone is permanent, and it is going to tear the shingles apart when we go to try to remove it. I am going to peel this part up here for you to just show you a little bit in a spot that's not quite as bad, but in this area where there's a lot of silicone, I mean, that's blatantly obvious that we've got permanent sealant here. And again, these shingles are just going to be torn to shreds when we go to pull them out. We're not going to want, let alone have it be in code, use those again. It's not good faith to our customer to be using used material with holes in it, silicone, mat torn off the back, and then, you know, again with the nails and the silicone. So shingle number 5 here, I'm going to show you with my Wonder Bar. We're not even going to get very far. So you can see, come a little closer. So you can see the silicone here and here. It's up under the vent and the shingle here, and it's also in between the shingle and the vent. So this is a bar designed specifically to get shingles off of a roof and separate them without causing damage. And I can feel that silicone bouncing off, and you can kind of see it fighting to peel up the shingle. And as that's happening, we're getting granules falling off of the shingle. And we can go through here on the bottom, and as we're trying to get the shingle up, it's just tearing it to shreds underneath here. And the sealant strip is here, right? So we're getting resistance, we're getting resistance halfway up the shingle, right? So we know at that point, we know that resistance way up here above the number 5, that's not a sealant strip. So we've got way too much sealant, way too many nails. We're up here now where you can see me still all the way up under that shingle getting resistance. So I'm gonna bring you underneath here. So you can see that mat transfer. I'm not sure if it's showing because it's pretty far up in there, but the shingles they're tearing off onto the metal because of the silicone. So you can see some of that silicone kind of left there on the shingle. It's doing the same thing up in there, but the opposite, where the shingle is tearing off onto the metal here. And you can see under the edge as well, we've got silicone right here where I'm kind of poking in between our metal and this shingle here. And even then you can see, look, I didn't even barely touch it. As we touch that shingle, all those granules, the chalk's completely gone with all those granules falling off. So, I mean, we've barely got a corner unsealed here for you to see, and we've lost all of our granules, are all gone. So, it is my professional opinion, and very obviously, this roof should not be repaired. It should be replaced as a whole because it is failing as a system. And these vents cannot be removed without having shingle coverage here on the rear slope. Thank you guys so much.